Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the final round of the F1 Tuesday Group A Formula One GAVRA League. And great to have you with us again. Should be really exciting race as always. And with me is Jukebox Hero, and he's done so much this season with all the commentary he's done. And glad to have you with us again here today. Thank you very much.
Yep, how you doing today, Toby?
I'm really good, thank you. Yeah, how are you?
I'm good. I'm quite excited to watch these guys tonight. Like you said, it's the season final, and I have to also admit I've never seen this. Sorry, y'all, I was gasping at my own accent there. I've never seen anyone drive, I believe, at this track, so I'm very excited to watch these guys tonight.
Yeah, it's going to be a really great race, and I have to be honest, I don't think it's a track I've ever driven either. So it'll be really good to see how they get on.
Well, speaking of that, I'll cover this map info for everyone watching real quick, and we can actually see how they're doing. And Kev, I saw you in the chat. I'm not ignoring you. How you doing tonight? But getting on with it. Yeah, we are here at the UAE or Abu Dhabi. I know my accent just slaughtered that. It is 5.55 kilometers or 3.45 miles long. A massive 21 turns. Wow, they are really going to shred some tires tonight. As usual, no practice. 15-minute qualifying. A 45-minute race with dynamic weather. So I can't wait to see what the weather's even going to throw at these guys here at the end.
Yeah, I mean, being in United Arab Emirates desert, it's usually dry, but yeah, with the in-game weather system, you never know.
And give me 1 second, y'all, and yep, there we go. Got Toby's camera up on the screen for y'all now.
I'm just on Attenborough at the moment. I think he was first out on track.
I am up here on Don Rajib. And you know, Toby, let me split my screens back up again because I want to have a look before everyone else does at what these guys have to risk tonight.
I was looking just before the race, I have to admit.
Well, I have to admit, I was really hoping you would.
Yeah, no, it's there's a little bit of a Attenborough has got himself a little bit of a gap. He's 165 to 122, so I think if my calculation is correct, I think he has actually won the championship already. But there's still a battle going on for seconds between ESS and Play Dutchy. Play Dutchy, unfortunately, missed last week's race. Otherwise, I think he possibly could have had a chance for the win. But yeah, battle for second is still will be interesting to see. I think Pierre is just about close enough to trouble Play Dutchy if Play Dutchy has a bad race and he has a good race. So yeah, it could be interesting.
Yeah, as I'm looking down through the points, which, as usual, I'll pull them up here in a minute for everybody to see. But it looks like we've got a couple of guys that are going to be really close. So, yeah. Definitely could see some really good fights tonight, especially from ESH and Play Dutchy, like you were saying. Those two have really fought it out all season.
They have, yeah. And I was, as you were saying that, yeah, I just seen Lig and Don Rajib are pretty close in the standings, as is Red 15 with both of them. Alex Naylor's not far behind. Yeah, could be interesting. Attenborough's popped in with a 135.5 to take provisional pole. Liggin pretty close behind him, only 8/10 away.
Yeah, I'm down here on Play Dutchy. He still has not set a time, but I have a feeling he'll end up setting a pretty good one, though. Looks like he's one of, looks like right now Play Dutchy and Alex Naylor have elected to go with hards during the beginning of qualifying.
Yeah, I've noticed all season Alex tries that hard tyre to see how he can qualify in it initially, and then quite often switches to a softer tyre. But it's interesting to see play Dutchy. But as you were saying before, with all the corners and it being such a fast track, they potentially are going to struggle on tyres. So yeah, it would be good for them to be able to start on a harder set, as it would seem ESS is trying with the mediums.
Oh, Kevman school always takes precedence, so definitely, you know, study hard for that French test. I have to admit, I tried in high school, along with my inability to get the English language halfway straight. My accent definitely butchered the beautiful French language, so I was smart enough to stop trying to learn it.
I have to admit, I also learned French at school. I wasn't too bad at it, but time makes you lose it very quickly. And last time I was in France, trying to speak it was whatever. So I was not sure what I was saying at all. So yeah.
Let's see. Well, Toby, I guess since these guys are down to the last 10 minutes of their qualifying, I'll go ahead and pop the standings up here for everybody, and I'll run down through them real quick just so everyone can see just how close some of these guys are. And I have to say, Toby, I'm glad we do have 11 drivers in here this week for the final race. Last week we didn't have near as many drivers, but we still ended up with a lot of action out of everybody.
Last week's was an extremely exciting race. Yeah, but it is nice to see extra people back on, which is good.
Always nice to see a full grid. Yeah, and as y'all can see, we've got Adam Grin in the lead with 165 points. ESSH in second with 125 points. Play Dutchy in third with 118 points. Piero fourth with 102. Don Rajiv in fifth with 85. Ligon is sixth with 77. Red 15 in seventh with 74. Alex Nelo in eighth with 66. So, Toby, I think all the way down, at least till from eighth up, it looks like a lot of these guys are going to could stand to move up or down quite a bit, depending on the outcome of this race.
Yeah, I totally agree with you there. There's a lot of people in with a chance of moving their positions around. So yeah, well, I think we're going to see some hard racing tonight.
Yeah, and yeah, I'll go ahead and plow through these real quick. Get on down through the rest of everybody. Egas is 9th with 42. Fire Tornado in 10th with 30. Didn't we get Fire Tornado? Yep, Fire Tornado is in tonight. He was one of them. We didn't get in last week. But I have thoroughly enjoyed watching his racing. I hope y'all have too. Wes is 11th with 27. Preze 12th with 18. PD 1969 in 13th with 12. And Rico Flam. Rico is also one whose driving I've also really enjoyed watching. Do we get him in tonight? No, it doesn't look like we managed to get him in. Somehow, though, we've got Black Country Mush in here. Doesn't he usually talk to us instead of driving? Or does he do both?
Yeah, no, I think he has occasionally raced in this, in Group A, but he often chats with us. I think he's a replacement driver who drives occasionally. I think his main group is the Monday group.
Okay. Yeah, sorry, I'll keep getting distracted by the different drivers. 15th is Pay Nostalgia with 6 points. Bowie is 16th with 2 points, and Didix 17th with 2 points. And let me get that. There's the right button. And how you doing, Joker J? Joker J, I agree. It looks to be an amazing track, and he also says it has really big DR S zones.
DRS, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which they're all taking to, using to their advantage during the qualifying.
Yeah, this from the map and the amount of turns, this looked to be a very big track. So these guys are really flying around through here. I'm gonna put my camera on Fire Tornado because I just got done saying that I was glad he was able to join us tonight. Oh, he did take a little off of the inside of that turn though.
I'm currently on Piero, and he's looking to improve his time. He's currently on his outlap at the moment. Aston Grimm has just improved his time with a 1:35.4. Piero is now in second with a... he's 3/10 behind. What's he actually done with a 1:35.7? And Liggett in third with a 1:36.4. So it's pretty close to the top, especially between the top two.
Yeah, and everyone all the way down to Play Dutchy in sixth, running the 1:36. That's... I think this is isn't that about what we saw last week? We saw the top 6 drivers just really right on top of each other for the first several laps.
During qualifying last week, the whole field was within a second or 2 seconds, I think. Oh, not even that. And the top 5, as you saw, top 5 or 6 were separated by less than half a second. And yeah, that continued through the race. So yeah, I think if we continue to see improvements, then yeah, we're going to have a very similar race this week.
Well, I was just fixing to check in on Metboy. He's missed a couple of races, but he has managed to get with us on a few. But he's pulling through the pit. Oh, Black Country Musher also in the pit. There's Red 15. He's been doing quite a good job, though he hasn't set a time yet. And you would think that since we just talked about the standings, I would remember where he was sitting. Yeah, because
he is in
7th. Yeah.
Yep.
So if he managed, I'm not always great at figuring. I'm better at figuring the times on the track better than I am the actual points. But it looks like if he did really good, he could manage to get up there with Don Rajiv in 5th, or at least manage to get in front of Liggett and take 6th.
I think so. If he had a good race against either of them, I think he could potentially move positions, particularly with Liggett, as you said. Yeah. So it's all playful for him tonight.
Yeah, Don Rajiv and Piero really tight. All the drivers. Yeah, like we said earlier, everyone from... Yeah, Alex Nalo in 8th up. Got a good bit on the line tonight. And just real quick... Oh, go ahead, Toby.
No, carry on. I was just saying Vardney's gone into the pits, so... Yep, sorry, Karen?
Oh, as Red 15 gave us a nice little lockup diving into the pit. No, I was going to say that we also have the F1 Group B racing tonight. If you go to the YouTube channel, there should be the link on there, and Cypher Knight and Pika, I believe, are being just freaking cool as shit and stepping in and covering the last race for those guys. That was pretty awesome of them to step up and be able to cover it. Always good to see that. At least the last race. I think that's one of the most important races to make sure it gets on the air is the season finale for these guys. As I understand it, they did have a couple of guys that were really close. So after not now, or you can now, you can check in on them. Cypher Knight does a really good job, and I've watched some of Pika's. He did pretty good too at the commentary. So
yeah, it's really nice to see it being streamed because yeah.
But if y'all go check in on them, make sure you come right back over here. I mean, not saying we're better or anything, but if you started here, just stay with us.
Yeah, it's nice to have you with us, and thank you for all joining us. Play Dutchy is out, and he's continuing to be out on mediums, so he's really hoping to start the race. In fact, he's pretty much committed to start the race on mediums now. It'd be interesting to see who else comes back out. Attenborough is back out. He's just coming on track. Wouldn't be surprised to see Don Rajib back out. Red 15's coming back out, which is good to see. I think we're going to see a bit of a frenzy at the end here.
Yeah, I have to say, Adam Grin is, he's actually setting the bar pretty high, though. I mean, you know, Piero is managing to keep up with him in the 135s, but everyone else, I mean, close, but still just that half second off.
Yeah, very much so.
Adam Grin's kind of set the bar for the whole season, I think.
He certainly has. He's been extremely consistent all the way through. He's got the most wins throughout the season, and yeah, as you said, I think he's pretty much a second in front of third, which is a decent gap in the Formula One cars.
Yeah, I personally can't wait to see these guys show what they've got right here at the season final, and I'm always curious to see what the weather is going to do here. We've seen so many dry qualifyings, and then it gets to the race and they get a lot of rain, or you know, almost anything could happen.
Yeah, very much so. So, Clay Duchy's attempt to be on the mediums or his decision to be on mediums at the start of the race, if it were to rain, would obviously be completely out the window because they'd all be starting on wets or intermediates, dependent on how much rain. But yeah, I'm relatively sure it's going to be a dry race, only from the point of view of its positioning geographically. But yeah, as you said, anything can happen.
Yeah. Oh, excuse me, y'all. Yeah, still not a whole lot of voice there. Yeah, I hope it stays dry too, because these guys seem to. It seems like they enjoy both, but for the last race, I really want to see them be able to put everything on the track, not have to hold anything back.
Yeah, very much so, because the wet track definitely affects the Formula One cars. Whereas it seems to affect the radicals in a positive way, which is incredible. You actually seem to have much more traction in the wet.
Oh, that radical is just such an incredible car anyway. Let's see, I'm looking right now to see what Kev is saying.
Wow, Red on his only lap he sets has put himself up into 4th position, which is great to see, which means that he is right behind Ligon, who he is also right behind in the championship standings, and a fair bit or a few places ahead of Don Rajib. So 5th, 6th and 7th are definitely all to play for.
Alright, so Kev says that when the rear lights are flashing on and off, the guy is saving energy, which we can also see in the bottom left.
Yep, on the bottom right, by the electric mark. But what did that? Yeah, it's what it means is it's recovering energy. So it's using the energy, the heat energy from the braking, to power the batteries.
Well, Toby, you want to give us our starting grid?
Okay, so in pole position we've got Attengrim with a 135, almost dead, so his last lap was a big improvement. Played Duchy in second with 135.4. He also improved in his last lap. Piero with 135.7 in third. Ligon in fourth. Red 15 in fifth. Fartonade in sixth. ESS in seventh. Don Rajib in eighth. Metboy in ninth. Black Country Mush in 10th. And Alex Nalo in 11th.
That thing really does. That thing just goes through there really quick.
It does, yeah. I had to speak that, go through that quite quickly. But yeah, no, I knew exactly what you meant, Kev. It was, it's a bit like the LMP1 cars, that it recovers the energy around the track, so you can use it where you want to.
And well, Toby, I guess while we're waiting for everyone to get loaded in here, I'm gonna tell everybody to make sure they go check out the GAVRA Racing website. Address is on the screen as well as the link is below. GAVRARacing.altavista.org. Lots of information there, covering multiple leagues. As there's a Discord link to our Discord community. Sorry, y'all. Everything in my head just kind of floated off for a second. Discord link in the bottom right-hand corner if you want to join us there. And if you want to help support what we do, because we are community-driven, no fancy sponsors, there should be a Patreon link below as well. But that is not required for y'all to enjoy the race.
Yeah, and if you haven't enjoyed it, it's a fantastic community. Everybody's very supportive, great clean racing, and it's a lot of fun. So if you're thinking about it, please do.
And I believe there are, if you're new to league racing, there is also academies for project cars, and sometime soon there will be some academies starting for the F1, though I'm not quite too sure on that. Yes, Kev, I also am still recovering from Saturday, and I'm pretty sure Toby is too.
I'm pretty sure Kev is too. Yeah, that was a good race to end the season.
Looks like everybody's trying to make sure their tires are staying nice and warm. Yeah, this was quite a lengthy lap. I'm going to throw the map box back up there real quick. Yeah. 3.3 miles or 5.5 kilometers. It's a big track.
It is, yeah. And Asengrim didn't like the look of one of the polystyrene bits a minute ago. I think it was Asengrim. Oh no, it might have been Ligon actually. I think it was Ligon. Yeah, because I'm on red 15 at the moment.
Yep, and I just remember to go ahead and get your screen back up before this race starts. Sometimes these guys get around for the formation lap a little faster than I can get it back up there, but yeah, this is a little bit of a lengthy track, isn't it?
It is, yeah. It's the longest outlap we've had all season.
I do have to say though, this is a beautiful track. That's because you're young, Kev. That's why you're used to not much sleep. Wait till you get older like me.
Yeah, this isn't the most popular track on the F1 circuits, only from the point of view that it's very difficult to overtake. So hopefully the guys tonight will be able to find a few places to pass each other.
And there we go. We got 3, 4, all 5 reds. Slight glitch, but they are off. Adam Grimm in the lead. Play Dutchie in second. Piero third. Red 15 fourth. Ligon has made his way up into 4th. Red 15 down to 5th. Fire Tornado holding on to 6th. ESH in 7th. Met Boy 8th. Alex Nalo has now made his way into 8th. Met Boy's dropped down to 9th. Don Rajiv 10th, and Black Country Munch is 11th, and I believe some of the guys up top have also changed positions, but I'm trying to talk really fast and trying to keep up with them.
Yeah, there's an incredible fight going on in midfield here. Who was that just got past? I think ESS was being swamped by Red 15. But I think ESS is holding it at the moment. And Red's going down the inside, and I think he's made it stick. Yep, he has. Wow, that was a good overtake there. But it looks like he lost a couple of positions on the start, actually, because he was right behind Ligon. Don Rajib had a bit of a poor start by the looks of it. He's back down into 10th. And yeah, most of the position changes have been in midfield. Fire Tornado and Red 15 swap positions.
Go down there and check on, get my camera down to the midfield here.
Oh, Asengrim.
Oh, Oh no!
We missed that.
Yes, I did. I had just taken the camera off of him. Oh, and that looked to be a race-ending crash there. I could have swore I saw one of his wheels sitting on top of his car.
Yep, he has retired.
Oh. That's terrible luck on the last race, but we did say he was cinched for the championship, though, didn't we?
He is, yes. It would. I think he had a big enough gap that I don't think anybody could touch him.
Yeah. Still
his closest
heartbreaking,
rival
though.
was ESS.
Yeah.
Very much so. Yep. Fire Tornado has also gone out. There's a virtual safety car. That's why they're all going slowly. I was wondering that.
I was just fixing to ask you that, Toby. I noticed they looked like they were running a little bit slower there.
Yep, they were. The virtual safety car has ended, so they're racing again. ESS has been through the pits, so I think he must have taken a bit of damage somewhere. Red 15 has got himself up into fourth. Wow, there's a bit of a fight going on here between him and Don Rajiv. Wow, so they are the two that are potentially fighting for the championship, side by side.
Yep, sorry, Aldous. I moved that up a little bit because I noticed it actually blocks when the game displays that there's a safety car out there for y'all. So.
And I was wrong. That was actually Alex Nalo, who has got past Don Rajiv and is now challenging Red.
Let me get back down there to where you are. Oh yeah, the midfield is really slugging it out right now. How did we end up with ESSH all the way down in 9th?
I think he took some damage because he has been through the pits.
Yep, and it looks like we lost Fire Tornado. Definitely proven to be a brutal track tonight, Toby.
Yes, very much so. I didn't see any of the collisions, so I don't have a clue what happened. But yeah, it would appear that Fire Tornado, Atomum, and ESS have all had issues on the first couple of laps. ESS is at least still in the runnings. Oh, Red 15 just... I don't know who that was. That must have been Ligon. Ligon was very slow into the corner, which took Red by surprise and has allowed Don Rajiv through. I was just trying to figure out what had happened there.
Yep, I think I just caught the replay on your screen, since your screen is just a few seconds behind. We were actually able to... You talked about it, and then as you were covering it again, it actually popped up on your screen pretty good there.
Oh, perfect. Alex Nader did manage to get past Red, but Red then made a bit of a mistake into a corner, and Red has got back through. Sorry, my English went a little bit non-existent there for a second.
Yeah, oh no, as the listeners can tell, this track is not only tough on the drivers, it's tough on us as well.
Oh, Ligon is in the pits. I don't know whether that was the damage or scheduled.
I'm moving my camera down there to him. He's definitely going ahead. Yep, he is taking a front clip. So he got a new front wing and went ahead and took some tires while he was in there. He was running some really good times. The front of the pack still seems to be fairly close. I dare say Ligon has a good chance of working his way back up the pack.
I think so. There is a bit of a gap forming between second and third. Don Rajiv is 8 seconds behind Piero, so he has got a bit of a gap. But yeah, from there down, it is all pretty close.
Yeah, I'm currently on Black Country Mush. He's trying to close the gap on Alex Nalo.
I just saw that, and Alex Nalo appears to be closing the gap on Red.
Yeah, I'm going to actually grab Alex Nalo's TV pod cam here, because yeah, it looks like he's really putting the pressure on Red 15 there. Oh yeah, I can see it up on yours. You've got the trackside cam. Yeah, Alex Nalo is really trying to close that gap, and we can see from his TV pod that Red 15 is giving it everything he's got. He's getting a little bit of smoke off his tires in just about every corner. I see what it is, Toby. Some of these turns, there's not much runoff.
Oh. Wow. Sorry.
Oh, no.
Red.
Yeah, he got a little bit squirrely there, didn't he?
He did, but he managed to hold it, only taking out the pit polystyrene, so no damage from him. I thought that potentially was a race ender there, but no, he held it.
Yeah, and that was right as I was saying. Some of these turns literally have no runoff for them. If they go just a little bit too wide.
Oh, wow, they've both gone wide. Oh, and somebody else in front had gone wide too. That was Don Rajib, who's contacted Black Country.
Oh, no.
And they are both out.
Oh, this is definitely a brutal track tonight. It looks like those speed bumps, when they come across there, are really jostling the car around.
They completely threw the cars around. Red 15 and Alex Nalo both joined them and were extremely lucky not to run into him, actually, because they were passengers. Those bumps were chucking about all over the place.
Yeah, and since I don't have it covered anymore, now y'all can see on my screen and Toby's that we've got a yellow flag for, what was that, sector 1 and 2, I think?
I think it was, yeah. It's gone on my screen now, so I don't actually know, but yeah.
Let's see. Alex Nalo now 10 seconds behind Piero on the medium tires, Toby. But Piero's on the softs. They both have the same laps. And is that a dark sky?
It does look quite dark, actually. Yeah. So there's me saying it never rains in the desert. And it's looking set to prove me wrong. But yeah, I think as it currently stands, Alex Nalo seems to be on decent strategy from the point of view that he's on mediums, because he can run much longer into the race. Play Dutchy is on well, I mean, he's got a big gap to Piero in second, and he's on mediums. So I think at the moment he's looking pretty solid up there.
Yeah, I just moved my camera up here to him, give him a little bit of camera time. We've just had so much going on the rest of the track, and yeah, he managed to get himself out in front fairly early on. I believe it was the crash from Adam Grin that actually promoted him into first, if I remember right.
I think it was, yeah. And Adam Grin on stream has said that he lost all grip and just didn't have any grip.
Oh, yep. Yeah, it looks like from what he's saying, he overheated his tires in one turn, and then when he went to go through the other ones, his tires were just overheated still, literally leaving him with no grip whatsoever.
Yeah.
You have to say, it's very easy to push your car to those limits.
Very much so, yeah. I think it's great that there's that level of accuracy that pushing the car too hard creates those problems. I'm not sure Atterbury would agree with me at the moment, but it definitely helps realism. And ESS is closing quite quickly onto the back of Red 15 here. He is on younger tyres because he has been through the pits already. And Red has gone into the pits.
Yep, I had just put my camera on him, and he went through the pit. So
yeah, which promoted ESS back into fourth. So yeah, that's a pretty good recovery drive from him. He's slightly out. No, he isn't out of sync with them actually. Yeah, so he will have to pit again. But so will everybody else.
Adam Grimm just agreed with you on the chat, and he gave a smiley face. So while he is definitely gutted over the race, he's still got a really good attitude for the night, which is really tough to do.
Yes. But no, yeah, that's really good. And they've all spread out a little bit here at the moment. Not a lot of action happening at all, but some of them are a little bit out of pit stop phase. Red, who's obviously pitted, as has Met Boy. Red opting for the mediums. I think he'll probably have to pit again. Met Boy on the hards.
Yeah, definitely some different pit strategies going on. Since they have spread out a little bit, I don't want to go too fast and make everybody sick moving this camera. I was going to go up through here. In first is Play Dutchie, and yeah, he's on mediums. Piero is coming through the pits. He's in second. He just took a fresh set of mediums. Alex Nalo in third, also mediums. Oh, but it looks like he's going through the pit as well, or nope, I don't know. These guys just changed positions and confused me with their pit stops. But I'm currently on Piero with a fresh set of medium tires in third. ESH now in fourth he's on softs, so he's running a little faster.
Yeah, he is slightly out of... Oh, sorry, carry on. Yep.
Oh, no. Go ahead. That's exactly what I'm going through here to talk about.
I was just... sorry, Piero is right alongside Alex Nalo. They are out of sync. Of course, Piero's pitted, but yeah, he's easily got past Alex Nalo with a better grip. No, I was just going to say that ESS is slightly out of sync with Piero, only from the point of view that he will have to pit again. Whereas Piero may not. But yeah, sorry. Just an observation there.
No, you are always right on point with your pit stop predictions and how they're going to play out. And I have to admit, I'm trying like crazy to learn how to do that from you, but that is definitely a very good talent to have for being a commentator, Toby. And you do it very well.
Yeah, lots and lots of watching Formula One. And but yeah, so he is effectively battling with Alex Nalo, and he is catching him. So he could potentially now third here, but Ligon is also in that fight and is catching a pair of them.
See, I've moved my camera down here to Met Boy. Now he only has 4 laps and he's running hards, Toby. Will he be able to? How is that going to affect his race? Will he be able to catch up, take advantage of it, and catch up with some of the other guys, or do you think that may actually be hindering him at the moment?
That all depends. It is a slower tyre, so he's going to struggle catching up with pure race pace. But there's potential that a few of them, Piero, Alex Nalo, ESS, and many of the others are all going to have to pit again. And then if he is able to run through to the end, although he has unfortunately just spun, then it could potentially work in his favour. But yeah, so it would just be a case of how long those hards last and how long the mediums last, I think.
But nope. Wait a minute. Oh, I was fixing to say we're missing our guy in our live chat that usually keeps us pretty informed on how long some of the tires are going to last. But then I realized that was Black Country Mush and he was racing, and then I looked at all the drivers and. Well, sorry, Black Country Mush.
Yeah, I agree with Kev, actually. He's just said that the guys in medium is going to go to the 19th and 20th lap, and then switch on to softs. And yeah, I totally agree there. So yeah, there's potential for... Oh, ESS has already come into the pits. So it'll be interesting. He may go onto the hards if he... No, he's on some... I'm not sure. It appears he's going on softs again.
It looks like, yeah, I think you're right. It looks like he is. So he's going to try to use his race pace as his advantage tonight.
Yep, but it means he's definitely going to have to pit again. Probably in about 8 to 10 laps time for mediums until the end, I'd imagine. Met Boy has just retired, unfortunately. So yeah, I think the hards were just too much of a struggle to keep on track, and they are a tricky tyre to use.
Yeah, I would imagine the hards are one of those that you have to keep a whole lot of heat into them to keep them good and sticky, but you're kind of walking that line of the enough heat and too much heat.
Yeah, very much. Because you obviously, if you're intending to go to the end of the race with them, you don't want to wear them out too quickly. But equally, you've got to keep your pace and also their ability to keep that pace up. So yeah, it's a juggling act. I was going to say gamble, but then I realised that would be the wrong thing to say. But I totally agree, Kev. That is a gamble from the ESS and an extremely daring move. But yeah, it'll be exciting to see whether it pays off.
But at this point, this track has been so brutal. We are down to 6 drivers, and Toby, excuse me, I can't decide if it's just getting dark or if there is just slowly a really big storm coming in on these guys.
It does seem to be dark clouds. So yeah, it does seem to be quite dark. I have a feeling I remember somebody saying it was a night race. But yeah, I'm not entirely certain on that one, how to be honest with you. Liggins has just dived down the inside of Alex Nalo. He does have 3-lap younger tyres, but that was a great clean overtake straight into the corner there. Alex Nalo's
really
not giving up though.
Liggins doing a really good job of holding Alex Nalo off for the moment.
Yep, I think Alex Nalo is starting to struggle a little bit on those tyres, but with DRS, it's definitely helping him to keep up.
Oh yeah, I see what you're saying. I just looked and saw that Alex Nalo does have 3 more laps on his tires, so should add, as long as this track that should actually give Liggins quite a bit more grip, shouldn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it won't be as huge an advantage as, say, Red's behind them on 4 laps, but there will still be a difference without a shadow of a doubt. And yeah, as we were talking, Alex has gone outside of the 1 second and is now in the pits. So yeah, he's had enough of those tyres. And Alex, Attingrim in the chat saying there wasn't any rain forecast, so I think it will remain dry.
Well, good. Usually, when it does rain in the desert, it's a lot of rain in a very short amount of period. And I have to say, it really doesn't look like this track was built to shed much water.
No, I wouldn't imagine it probably was. But yeah, as you said, it's either a deluge or no rain for months in the desert. So Alex Nalo has come out onto hards.
Oh my.
I think he's seen everybody else doing multiple pits and decided that he wants to go until the end.
I'm thinking that may have, as many pit stops as we've seen, that could work out to a good advantage for him. I'm going to slowly work my camera down there to him. There he is. I don't know, Toby. Yeah, it's good. This one's really got me stumped with the size of this track and how fast these guys are going through tires. About 10 laps on the mediums is about close to what we've seen.
Yeah, we saw Alex pits on lap 10, but then of course he'd done qualifying on them, so he'd done a couple more laps on top of that. Play Dutchy, I think he pitted a bit earlier. I think he may have even pitted on lap 9, or I'm not sure. And yeah, so yeah, I reckon it's probably between 10 and 12 laps. Oh, yeah, well, actually, I'm sorry, I've just seen on the chat that Kev said 8 laps for the softs, 12 for the mediums, and 16 for the hards. So I think Alex Naylor would most certainly, or almost certainly, be going through until the end. Yeah, and we just have to wait and see what that does for him in terms of track position. I think everybody in front of him will have to pit again.
Yeah, it's looking like it. I changed my display over to show how many pit stops everybody's had. And they've already done one. We're getting close to halfway through the race. We're coming up on lap 14 of the 28. And it looked like everyone was getting pretty close to needing tires again for not too much longer. So a couple of the guys are definitely going to need tires again.
Yeah. Well, I actually think everybody apart from Alex Naylor, which puts him in a pretty good position. Certainly up to 4th, I would have said. I think Ligon. Oh no. Sorry, maybe even 3rd as it happens. Because I think Ligon being pretty much 22nd or 19 seconds behind Piero. The top 2 almost have a clear free pit stop. But yeah, anything can happen, and we've seen everything happen so far.
Yeah, we really have. Of course, it's always exciting for the season finale. Everybody has a lot on the line. It really is kind of that make it or break it race.
Yeah, I remember watching the British Touring Car Championship one time. I went to watch it live, and it was the last race of the season, and it was the wildest race I've ever seen. Yeah, so this definitely is not disappointing in terms of final race seasons. Yeah, final races of the season.
I'm currently up here on Play Dutchie. Wow, he's managed to get himself an 11-second lead.
Yeah, I've been watching times. He's really storming ahead. ESS is actually pulling away from. No, I don't think it's that gap's staying relatively even. ESS has almost got a free pit stop, but not quite. So I think he will. In fact, the pit lane is a bit longer here, so I think he will come out. As it currently stands, a decent bit behind Alex Naylor. I think Red would come out probably slightly in front of Alex at the moment. And I think Ligon would quite comfortably in front. But ESS is definitely closing that gap.
Yeah, it looks like he's definitely able to make better pace with the soft tires over the mediums, but he's up to 5 laps now. He's definitely going to have to pit within the next couple of laps.
Yeah, I'd have said he's probably going to pit lap 8-ish or 9-ish, or maybe. Yeah, I think he'd be sensible actually to pit lap 8 or 9, and then he'll have really comfortable pace on the mediums all the way through to the end. Red will probably be on the soft at that point. It could be a very interesting end, I have to say.
Well, this appears to be one. Yeah, this appears to be one of those tracks that is not only tough to race on, but very difficult to finish as well. Since, as everybody can see, we're down to 6 drivers. Excuse me, y'all. Yeah, I don't know. Those thoughts kind of floated right on out of there.
Yeah, no. It definitely looks like an extremely difficult track to drive. I was just looking at the time falling between ESS and Red. He has got within the 1 second mark. I was about to say, I reckon next lap, but no, this lap. Which means he'll have DRS. He clearly has quite a bit more grip. Potentially easy pass. Ligon is in the pits. and these two are about to pass him.
So then it looks like if with the guys running all mediums, it looks like they could potentially be in for 4 stops, at least one more though. And then at the end, they'll be really riding the edge of their tires out.
I think that will probably be Ligon's last stop, but everybody above Ligon will have to stop again. Yeah, I think ESS will be put behind. That will put Ligon, ESS and Red both behind. So potentially those 3 positions will be battling it out at the end. I think Piera and Playduchy are quite comfortably ahead and not really in much danger of attacking each other either.
Yeah, I grabbed ESSH's TV pod. And there he goes for it. It looked like Red 15 made a little bit of a mistake and left the door open for him to take it down the inside.
Yep. That's a great move from ESS.
And I'm actually going to... I was just saying I'm going to jump back to Red's TV pod so we can see Red trying to run down ESS.
And yeah, they're on a relatively comparable amount of laps considering the tyre compound. So yeah, I think they'll have to be pitting at roughly the same time.
Well, that means that could... yeah, that I was fixing to say, that could leave us with a very ongoing battle.
Yeah, I think we're going to have a battle here until the end.
Now, do you have any predictions on what tires they'll take when they do pit? Do you think ESS will stick with the softs and really push the limits of his tires, or do you think he'll also grab some mediums?
I think... I can't remember, to be honest with you, what tyres he's been on, but I don't think he's changed tyres yet, which will mean that he'll have to go into the mediums, I think. I think he'll be... No, there's 11... I don't know. If I'm wrong and he has already pitted for mediums, then yeah, I think he'll probably go into the softs. I think Red will most certainly go into the softs. But I really don't know on that one.
Definitely be interesting to see which one he goes for. He's done a really good job. Sorry, y'all, and made his way all the way back up into 3rd from the back of the pack.
It's a fantastic recovery drive.
Oh yeah, that looked to be one of those turns. I think that may have been that turn that about 2 turns back that we saw Red 15 go through. I think that may have been the one that took out Adam Grin in the beginning of the race. It looked to have literally no runoff whatsoever. It was just curb, wall.
Yeah. It's there's virtually, well, a lot of the track has virtually no runoff. Some of it has quite a bit, but some of it has none. But as I was just saying in the chat that ESS hasn't been on the mediums, so yeah, I agree. I think he does have to take the mediums.
So that'll leave him with will that leave him with a little bit of a disadvantage with just less grip than what he's used to throughout most of the race?
Potentially, yes. Atkinson doesn't think that Red will take softs, but so potentially they might be on the same tyre, which could mitigate that. But yeah, I think we will see in the next couple of laps what they do. Red is keeping very close, actually, to the back of. I think we've got a lapping car coming around behind as well. I'm not sure we do, actually, given... No, it's Ligon. Oh, Ligon is catching them. Wow, I hadn't noticed that, but Ligon is catching them very quickly.
Oh, he's got a lot fresher tires. He only has 2 laps on his medium tires versus Red 15 has now 11, so I guess it means he's actually on his 12th lap on these tires.
Yep. That means that he will probably take quite comfortable, or he will quite comfortably be in third.
Oh, ESH
These
just
two will
dropped
be.
in the pit.
Yep, he has.
Didn't mean to cut
So I
you
think
off.
that's okay. I think he and Red, when they both come out, will be fighting for fourth and fifth. I'm going to switch on to Ligon to see his charge.
And I'm going to get my camera off of Red 15's TV pod. Oh. Yeah, Ligon is really, wow. Yeah, I'm going to grab his TV pod because he's right on top of Red at the moment.
He is, yep.
This should be a relatively easy pass for him as long as he can make it stick at the end of the straight, I would think.
I think it might be, but Red is not going to give him the position easily, and he had a big lock up, but he's managed to hold the position. Oh, but Red's coming back.
Yeah, no, Red definitely is not going to come off that position easy whatsoever. He is really battling it out.
I'm not going to switch off this, but I have noticed this. ESS has actually just got back. Has got in front of Alex Nalo. He came up behind, but he has got through.
Oh yeah, it looks like Alex, am I seeing that clock right? Alex Nalo is only about half a second behind ESS at the moment?
Yep. That means that Red 15 will probably come out roughly even with him, if not behind. In fact, I think he will come out behind. And he does appear to have dropped off Ligon a little bit.
Oh, Red 15 is finally dropping in the pit. Yep.
I was just about to say this. I wasn't sure why he hadn't been in yet, but yeah, he obviously heard my thoughts. I'd be interested to see where he comes out.
Oh, he's grabbing softs, Toby.
Yep, I thought he might.
Yeah, 8 laps left. He should have just enough tire to get to the end with the soft tires.
Yeah, I think it almost certainly will. Yeah, it has put him behind Alex Nalo. But not a huge amount behind, only 2 seconds, and he's going to have a significant amount of pace more. So he's 4 seconds behind ESS.
I have to say that Alex Nalo's strategy is not proven to be a bad one. He's not gonna have to pit a whole lot, and all he has to do is just maintain a decent pace, and he'll finish the race in 6th place and get good points for it.
Yep. No, I don't think we'll see Alex pit again. In fact, I think the only two we will see pits now is Piero and Play Duchy. And Play Duchy pretty much has a free pit to Piero, and Piero likewise to Ligon.
So you don't think it'll get that close with the long pit lane?
I don't think it will. I mean, Piero will be a lot closer to Ligon, and especially if Ligon can keep the pace up and close that gap a bit in the meantime, there could be a little bit of a battle between those two at the end. But yeah, I'm almost wondering why Piero hasn't been in pits yet, because he's definitely got to pit again. Unless he's just thinking, I've got a 33-second gap, I'm just going to stick out and make sure that I keep this position. And Red is closing massively on.
Oh yeah, let me move my camera down there to those two.
And this is full position, so, and Alex gone a little bit deep into that corner, out of the corner, and Red's through, which was pretty inevitable, unfortunately, on those softer tyres. But yeah, great battle from Alex there for a second. I mean, really holding his own on the much harder compound.
Looks like Alex Nalo, I'm still on his TV pod. Looks like he's pushing pretty hard though and trying to catch back up to the back of Red, but yeah, Red's just got that extra grip, or so much extra grip from those soft tires. Oh, Toby, it looks like our leaders have finally gone through the pit.
Yep, they have. Yeah, I hadn't noticed that. It has put Ligon much closer, obviously. He's now only 11 seconds behind. But yeah, I don't think, especially given Piero's on softs, I don't think he's going to be able to catch that. I think we've seen everybody pits now. So the only question left to answer, I think, is whether Red 15 is going to be able to catch back up to ESS. That gap's not closing quickly. In fact, it's not closing at all. So ESS is finding his feet on these medium tyres.
Yeah, I was really wondering what, or rather how he would deal with that kind of changeup. For me, that could be potentially a devastating changeup. There's definitely, from what we've seen tonight, a lot more grip out of the soft tires than the mediums, especially on this track. The way Red 15 has been reeling everybody in here his last 2 laps, and the way ESH did it in the first of the race.
I know in the LMP1 class, I switched from softs to the hards during one of the pit stops, and the car became virtually undrivable. The feel of the car completely changed. The tyre compounds on the Formula 1 cars are nowhere near as far spread apart. So even though it's soft, mediums, and hards, the difference between them isn't actually that huge. I mean, there's a big enough difference, especially between softs and hards, but it's not like other classes where the difference is substantial. So that's why the pace difference isn't as significant on different compounds of tyres. Red is actually closing that gap, but I don't think he's closing it quickly enough to actually really mount a challenge. But I have said that before, I'll be proven totally wrong.
They do only have 4 laps to do it in, though, Toby. So if they're going to go for it, they're going to have to go for it pretty soon. And of course, these guys have always, I think every race, have kept us right there the last few laps. Somehow or another, something happens and they get us on the edge of our seat.
Yep, every time. But he does need to really be closing that gap at about a second lap, and he's not. He's coming down a couple of tenths and then losing a couple of tenths in time. But yeah, I hope you prove me wrong, Red. But yeah, apart from that, they are pretty spread out. Well, Clay Duchy has had an extremely dominant race.
Yeah, that's who I'm on at the moment. Yeah, he really has. He's came out really good. He managed to get out in front and had a great race. But just to curse the whole mix-up here, Toby, I already have all these. I just got done loading all these guys' names in for their podium. So we know what usually happens after I get that done.
Yep, almost every time, but
I think about 90% of the time I end up, they keep me right there at the last minute. I'm having to move at least one of them around or completely bring in someone else's name. I'm not complaining. It keeps me on my toes. Hopefully it keeps the drivers on their toes, and definitely keeps
all of us on the edge of our seats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, now that we know it's not going to rain, I have to say that is an absolutely beautiful sky. For a little while,
stunning.
Yeah, for a little while there, I was looking at it and I was like, well, it looks really nice, but man, if it starts raining, they're in the desert, and like you said, it's deluge or nothing.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think Red's going to mount that challenge. He's now 5 seconds behind. I'm going to put my cam on Piero for a bit because we've had virtually no stream time on him at the moment, and he has also shown extremely good pace.
He really has.
And he's a bit of a distance behind Play Dutchy, but still he's considerable distance in front of Ligon. So yeah, very consistent and safe position really.
And I'm looking over the points. Let's see. He's in front of Ligon. So yeah, I believe. Oh, I don't know though. Play Dutchy's gonna be. I don't know how it'll work out on those two. Once again, y'all, I'm not all that great at figuring the points, but it looks like Piero could move up from 4th into 3rd if he manages to finish with the 2nd place. Though, like I said, I'm not too positive with the points, and I'm also trying to look at Play Dutchy's points. Who Play Dutchy obviously is probably gonna move up.
I think Play Dutchy would definitely. Oh, I'm not entirely certain.
It's going to be close. Yeah.
Yeah.
ESS with the 225, Play Dutchy with 118, and Piero with a 102. So really, it still is. I don't know. I dare say anybody's championship still, except for Adam Grin. We know where he finished.
Yeah. I think Play Dutchy may well move up in 2nd. I'm not sure about Piero though, because obviously Piero ESS is only 2 places behind him on track, so I don't think that's going to give him a significant enough points difference for him to move up into 3rd. So I think I think Play Dutchy could potentially take 2nd.
And Kev has already given us his vote for Driver of the Day, and he is saying we should give Driver of the Day to H, the ESS. I think I can agree.
I agree as well, actually, because he's come back from a very early pit stop.
Yeah, he really did, and has managed to put on some good pace. And other than him, I was actually eyeing Alex Nalo just for hanging in there and running this whole race. He's managed to do it on the hards the whole race.
Yeah.
And finishing the race is finishing the race as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
You know,
he did start on a different compound tyre, but he's done most of the race on the hards.
What are we down to? Looks like Play Dutchy has this lap plus 1 more. Nope, it looks like they might not keep me on the edge of my seat and trying to figure out what to change around on this one, Toby. Well, of course, we never really know.
They've been kind for the last race. Although, having said that, Red is actually closing that gap, but I don't think he's got enough time.
Yep, and Adam Grin is putting his vote in. Adam Grin is voting for Ligon for Driver of the Day, which he does raise a good point. Ligon had to pit and take a new wing, too, and has managed to make his way up and hold on to 3rd.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah, they both had very good recovery drives. ESS is, I think, it is a very tough call actually. Now that Adam has pointed that out, I think what swings it slightly towards ESS for me is the fact that he had such a risky strategy all the way through, going on several sets of softs before switching to the mediums at the end. But yeah, I have to be honest. I will go with whatever the vote goes on the stream for that one, because I think, and I agree, Play Dutchy, he's been so dominant that I think he also deserves Racer of the Day. But at the same time, he has won, so he's got that accolade already, which is...
That's where I battle with on that one myself, Toby. Is the guys on the podium have already won a podium most of the time. I usually try to look towards some of the other guys, but sometimes it's just a hands down one of the guys on the podium deserves it because they came from last to first or something, you know.
Yeah.
Did something just absolutely insane. But yeah, no, I'm with you. Y'all figure it out on the live chat and y'all let us know. Toby, it looks like Play Dutchy is on his last lap. If we had a track map, F1, we'd know how close he was to the line, but I'm scared to move my camera from him now because I don't want to miss him. And actually, Toby, I guess since he's on the last lap, I'm gonna go ahead and get your camera off of here.
Okay. Yeah, I was just gonna say in relation to the racer of the day side of things, I think really from the pure dominance, Play Dutchy has driver of the day from that respect. But I think from sheer grit and determination, either Ligon or ESS, from coming back from very early damage.
Well, we got
another vote for ESS from Joker. Sorry.
Yeah, I was just fixing to say the same thing you were going to say, Toby. Oh, is either I missed Play Dutchy coming across the line reading the chat, or he really went really wide there.
I think he's gone really wide because he's definitely not crossed the line. He has lost his front wing, but he's still crossed the line. Wow.
Oh, and we get a beautiful fireworks show off of this track too. Nice.
Yeah. He had a big enough gap that he, even with that last-minute mistake, was relatively comfortable. But he did do quite a bit of damage to his car by looks of the way it was skewing across the line there. And
yeah, it really
across
did.
The line too.
And Ligon should be coming around.
Oh, Kev saw that he did some early donuts. Yeah. So he was in pure celebration mode. Okay, so the slewing was just he was drifting it across the line. Oh, well, in which case, great car control.
Yeah, and definitely some confidence in having your win there to kind of risk it right there on the last turn. Great show though. So have you guys on the feed figured out who is the driver of the day? We'll let them fight about it.
Yeah, there's total indecision.
Yeah. So how is our finish here, Toby? We should. Looks like the camera is just waiting on Alex Nalo.
Yeah, we just got Alex Naylor left to cross the line by the looks of it, who is just about to right now, and he's going for some donuts too.
Oh, get across the line first, though, Alex.
I'm not sure what he's doing. Oh yeah, he's doing a donut. There we go.
Oh, I guess the game may have already registered him as.
I'm not sure it has. I don't think he has crossed the line because I'm not seeing a finish.
Yeah, I don't see the flag either.
By his name.
Get it across the line, Alex Nalo. You're right in front of it. Come on, get it across the line. Definitely all the drivers have definitely enjoyed the race no matter what, from front to the back, though, Toby. I have to say.
I think so, by the looks of it. Yeah.
Let's go up here.
Which is great to see. He's now going the wrong way. Yep.
Oh.
No, he's...
I was going up here to Play Dutchy to see if he was still giving us some donuts. Looks like he's just out on his final lap, though, before he comes on into the pit. Giving us a little wave. Let me go ahead and... There we go. Get the podium up there for y'all. As y'all can see, we got Play Dutchy with the gold. That was a great drive. Hero with the silver in second. Also a fantastic drive. And Ligon really did pull it out of nowhere and pulled the bronze for the third.
It was great. Yep. And so very quickly, who's the final decision on the driver of the day? Because at the moment it's... okay, so it looks like Play Dutchy has won driver of the day. And I would agree with that because, yeah, I mean, that was an extremely dominant display. So congratulations, and, well, congratulations to everybody. Great race to watch again.
Yeah, that really was, and, wow. Yeah, that was, I have to say, that was a great finish to the end of the season for these guys. Definitely a tough track for them.
It was. Yeah, very quick now, just going to run through the standings. So our podium was Play Dutchy in first, Pierre in second, Ligon in third. ESS in 4th, Red 15 in 5th, Alex Naylor in 6th, Met Boy, Black Country Mush, Don Rajiv, Fire Tornado, and Attenborough unfortunately retired from the race.
Yeah, that was unfortunate, but I have to say, huge congratulations to Adam Grin for winning the championship. Though he is our championship winner for the F1 Group A.
Yeah,
he did fantastic. But yeah, as I was watching some of the other cars, I believe it may have been on Ligon's TV pod. I think I just happened to see where Ligon came around the same corner, and there was literally no runoff. It was kind of like some of the turns at Mount Panorama, where you literally have no runoff whatsoever. It's just curb and wall. So definitely a tough track.
Yeah, as we saw from the amount of retirements, which has been very unusual throughout the season, which has been brilliant. Great to see everybody staying on track until the end. And Attenborough has had a great championship. He's been pretty dominant all season. So congratulations. Yeah, it's been a pleasure commentating with you all, and I'm a bit sad that it was last race.
Yeah, no, but we will have another season starting soon, but everyone will have to keep an eye on the website, gavraracing.altavista.org, to find out when it is. And like Toby said earlier, if you're looking for a good race community, all the racers and the administrators, everyone does their best to do just that. I think it's a great community.
It is indeed, yeah. It's not only Formula 1 as well. There's obviously Project Cars 2, as you can see from other streams. So yeah, whatever you race in, see whether GAVRA does it, because great community.
Yeah, just a forewarning though, when you join the Discord server, you will be getting banter from our local legend, Joe Black. Don't dismiss him, but just know that he is giving you banter in good fun. So just don't take him too seriously. He's just picking.
I think virtually all the conversations we have are in good fun. I think there's banter that goes on from all of us. So yeah, it's a lot of fun to be involved.
Yep, it really is. Yeah, and everyone, it has been my pleasure to bring y'all the F1 Group A series. I believe it's season 2. And I guess just thanks to everybody for watching and tuning in. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. Patreon site down below if you want to help support us. And huge thanks to GAVRA and all the administrators. And Toby, I'll leave it with you to call us on out.
Yeah, thank you very much, and thank you for always being fantastic with the graphics and great with the commentary and being alongside it. It's been a lot of fun. All to say is I hope you enjoy the rest of the streams for the rest of the season, for the last race of the season, for the rest of the week, and look forward to seeing you again next season. Have a lovely Christmas, Happy New Year, and thank you all for joining us.